and people who came to protest at his palace is totally uncalled for. It is unacceptable. Why are Yoruba leaders behaving like this? Why are they saying that they don't care about their subjects? Why are they behaving like this? This is unacceptable. This should stop. This can no longer be tolerated. If the rest of the country are not treating the Yoruba folks well, why should their own leaders also be treating them this way? All right, Professor Banji Akintøye has sent a strong-worded message to the Ooni of Ife over the latter's recent behavior. Okay, information reaching us now says that some Yoruba Nation agitators, in fact, not about Yoruba Nation now, a group of people, Yoruba people, went to the palace of the Ooni of Ife to lay their grievance, to show their grievance and complain about this incessant killing, murder, raping, pilferage, destruction of their farmlands, their women, their men at the palace. And the Ooni of Ife response was nothing to write home about. All right, my people, this is LAGBAJA'S Corner. Thank you so much for supporting this channel. And if you have not subscribed, please click on the subscription button and subscribe. All right, let's continue. The Ooni of Ife, why are they responding to people's agitation this way? The very first protection of government, the very first job of a government is that of security of lives and property. And in the olden days, before we began to have these governments, what we had was kings, what we had was baale and all sorts. And these people were charged with the protection of life and properties in their environment, in their domain, their jurisdiction, their kingdoms. And that was why we had kings, we had in Ife, we had in Oyo, we had in Ibadan, we had in Egba, Ikorodu, Ogbomoso, and we had kings all over the place. And these kings, they also had their own form of government. They had their traditional prime ministers. They had their chief of army staff, who you can call them maybe Balogun. They had different kinds. And these structures were there to make sure there was order, there was cohesion, there was order, and there was direction in the kingdom. And so these are part and parcel of Yoruba culture for a long time. And so because government have removed power from the hands of the king, and what they have is ceremonial power, but they still have a say. They still have a say. They still have enough to give as a source of comfort and encouragement to people. It is not fair when people run to their king for answers, when they run to their king for solution, for succor, and they get this kind of response. All right, when they went to the palace of the Ooni of Ife, Ojaja II, to complain and to protest about the incessant kidnapping, killing, raping, in their farmlands, the destruction of their livelihoods and all sorts, the king sent a message that he was not around. But the palace guards, people in the palace, came out to attack these agitators. And then they also got information that the king was in the palace, but he refused to come out to address them. He refused to come out to see them. Does that mean that what they came to complain about does not have enough weight? Does that mean that it does not have it's not enough to make the king stand up from his throne to come out and address the people? The people are here complaining about death. Women are being raped every time. They can't go to the farm again. And once they can't go to the farm, which is their basic source of livelihood, they can no longer pay school fees. They can no longer pay their house rent. They can no longer buy clothes, and the economy suffers as a whole. And it is not just about the farmers. This is about the corporate economics of the entire Yoruba nation, of the entire Yoruba land. They can no longer support themselves with this kind of atrocity going on. These things are interwoven. Once the farmer cannot produce food, then how will the people eat? Some people live on subsistence farming. What they produce what they eat. They do not have so much resources to go to the market to start buying. They rear their own chickens, they rear their goats, they raise their livestock, they plant their yam, their maize, they eat, and they sell the rest to get some money, maybe for health care and everything. We can understand that we have an insensitive government, a government that does not care about the people, a government that is not interested in the people. And this is one of the reasons for the agitation for the Yoruba nation, where the Yorubas believe that if they handle their affairs themselves, they will be able to address all these issues and, bring about the general prosperity of the Yoruba nation. And so why the king, the Ooni of Ife, refused to come out and address them was like adding salt to injury. It was like adding pain to an already damaged situation. And so those people came out to protest, to complain, and the palace guard, the security details attached to the Oni of Ife came out to attack them, to chase them away. And these people felt so bad. And all right, Professor Banji Akintøye has sent a strong worded message that with or without the intervention of the Yoruba kings, if they have chosen not to support this cause, if they are chosen not to be a part and parcel of the struggle, if they have chosen to turn their back on their people, if they have chosen to romanticize the present government of the day and thereby, turn their backs towards their own people, that Yoruba nation is going to be achieved with or without them. If they want to support, fine. If they have chosen not to support, it's also fine. Yoruba nation will be achieved. That is the word of Professor Banji Akintøye, that the Yoruba nation, no going back, is going to be achieved, and it is going to be a success. And these kings, whether they support or not, Yoruba nation will come to pass. But on the second hand, is it not right for the king to come out and address the people? Is it not right for the king to come out and talk to them, calm them down, tell them that things are going to be done, show that you care, not that you just turn your back on them and people are coming to complain about the atrocity of the elders, the atrocity of the Fulani headsmen, the kidnappers, people who are stealing their children, killing their children, and they run to you, the king, to protest. They know that you are their king, and so you are the first point of call. They came to meet you to protest as their king. You are the traditional head of that institution, even if you do not have political powers, but you are their traditional head. You are the custodian of the culture. You are the custodian of their heritage. And so they come to you to 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 protest, and you turn your back on them, you shut the door of the palace against them, and you tell them that your palace say you are not around, and then they know that you are inside the palace. They already got their information before coming to protest that you are inside the palace, but you did not stand up to come and address them. No, 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 no. This is highly unacceptable. This is not right. This is wrong on all fronts, and we hope that KBC will do better next time. The people need your support. The people need your comfort. The people need to hear from their king. You are not just you are the one in charge of the culture. You are the one, like the Yorubas will say, the Igbakeji Orisha. You are the one that is supposed to, be a point of succor to them in all these things. All right, my people, thank you so much for listening. And please do not forget to subscribe. What are your thoughts? What are your comments? Let's continue this conversation.